What is going on, guys? Welcome to Thursday night. Another episode of America's Finest Heroes, Journey to Real Therapy. We've got a bunch of folks on here tonight. And so I will, first of all, I will go ahead and I will introduce again my co-host right there. He's right below me. He's on the exact opposite coast of us, but you're in Washington right now, right?
Yep.
So Chris Wheeler, he is our California state lead, but he is up in Washington State. And then over there, we got Alan Epps. He's one of our captains here in Virginia.
Yes, sir.
And we got our Virginia state lead and our organizational president. That's Mr. Wally Walt right there. My catfishing ride or die buddy right there. And we got our vet today, our guest right down there. We got Brian Nosco. Did I say it correct?
You are correct.
All right, Brian Nosco. So he's going to share his journey today. And you got me, the retarded guy. No, you got me, the crazy one behind the scenes, the Rich Segarra, the founder of Operation Vets with Nets. So, guys, thanks for taking your time out. Before this weekend, I know some people got some fishing to do. I know Walt's going to be on the water with one of our other captains, Michael Harris, this Saturday, and teaching them the ropes of the gill net up on the Mighty James, which is awesome. And then you got Alan Epps. What do you got going on, Alan, besides moving concrete pools in the back of your pickup, bro?
Yeah, Rich called me the other day and said, "Hey, brother, what are you doing?" I'm like, man, I'm moving pools. Oh, is it an above ground pool? And the smart aleck in me couldn't let that pass. No, man, like this is a concrete pool. Like, you haven't seen one of these? Like, they pour the slabs so you can just lift them out and then take them and put them in another. He was like, "Really? Yeah, really, man. That's how you do it."
I felt like such an idiot. I fell right into it. I'll blame that on the recovery from the cancer surgery. I'll call that brain fog. I'll call that brain fog.
You were sedated at one point, so
see,
you're still waking up from that.
That's right. That's right. What about you, Chris? What's going on?
Saturday, halibut and salmon on the Puget Sound.
Oh, okay. So are you going to fish for any tournament? Now, I will apologize, guys. I'm seeing myself now, and I look like an idiot because the way my mouth, I'm still healing from some surgery, and so I don't have full use of. I can tell my lip. This is the first time I'm really looking. I'm like, oh my gosh. So I feel I look a little stupid. So don't mind me. Anyway. Oh, and now we'll have to introduce Joel Moots. What is going on, Joel? Joel, can you hear us? Joel, can you hear us? I don't know. Somebody text Joel. He's probably seen our mouth, and he's like, I don't know. Joel, can you hear us?
I'll text him.
All right. So Joel is another one of our state captains. And then, there he goes. He'll be back. And then, as I said, we got Brian Nosco. So once Joel gets back, we'll let Joel, because Joel is the captain that took Brian out. And so we're gonna hear all about Brian, about where you served, what you did in whatever branch of service. You said you do work with a nonprofit, so we'd like to hear about that. Joel, can you hear us this time?
I got you this time.
You got me this time. Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
Welcome in, Joel.
Hey, dude, are you losing weight?
No, I'm gaining weight. I'm getting fatter.
Oh man, no. To be honest with you, you look thinner in the face.
There might be Might be stress. Who knows?
Yeah, it might be. I hear you. I hear you.
Uh,
Me, I'm gaining it thanks to having no thyroid.
yeah.
And I'm munching like crazy. All right, so Joe, we just introducing everybody, and so being that Brian was your vet, so why don't you go ahead and introduce Brian, and then we'll just take it from there.
Yeah. So today I had Brian on. I'm probably gonna butcher the last name. Norsk. Is that correct, Brian?
Nasco, but yeah, it's
Not
whatever.
Nasco.
No R,
Okay.
no R.
Any letter you want to put in is fine.
So yeah, he found us through Facebook on a suggestion and applied for the application, and we were able to get him out today on a lake that was kind of a bucket list for him that he never fished before, and we were able to get him a couple walleyes to go home for dinner tonight, and had a pretty good day. I mean,
So that trip was today.
yep.
Oh
Yep.
wow, that's all right. That's a quick turnaround.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
got home about an hour ago.
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
that's why I said I might be late logging in because the way this all kind of transpired tonight was very fast.
Yeah, I know
And
it's the last minute thing.
yep,
Appreciate you
Yep.
being here.
yep. So we
Absolutely.
I'm glad that Brian was able to jump in tonight, and I'm like, all right, well we're gonna do this. So we're gonna try to make it work as fast as possible, and we'll go from there.
Awesome.
Yep.
So Brian, tell me. So first of all, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Okay. I served in the U.S. Navy from 1987 to 1989. I was on a ship called the USS David R. Ray in California. As I told Joel, I spent half my time, unfortunately, in the dry dock because we went to dry dock, but it gave me a different perspective on the military and it allowed me to fly home fairly often, too. So there was some plus sides to it. Did that I was basically an entry level, what they call deck division. So basically, I was non-rated. I came in. I was in a special program called the Sea College program that was designed to get higher quality people in entry level positions. Is the way they put it in the official document. So people in the military, I scored fairly high in the ASVAB, and I was designed to get in to get some extra money for college, be in for a couple years, and then go to school. So that's what I did. So
Right on. So you were a glorified bosun mate.
pretty much.
Yeah. Oh, we lost you.
Yeah, what happened there?
But so you're talking to two. You got two Navy guys on here, Walt and myself. We both were active duty that time period.
Okay.
So, but I think Walt at the time. Walt, you were an East Coast sailor then too, right?
I was West Coast.
No, I'm talking about
Yeah.
Walt.
Okay.
I didn't get out to the West Coast until '91.
Okay, so good, right on. Go Navy, beat Army. Sorry for all my Army brethren out there. They always get on my case when I do that.
Don't apologize.
Yeah,
we
that's
have the
true.
trophy.
Yeah, that's right. We got the trophy until next year. So tell us more about yourself, Ryan.
Well, I said, basically right now, I said, I love the outdoors. First of all, that's kind of my grounding thing. I have VA disability. I'm service connected for anxiety and depression, and the outdoors in general helps me ground myself. It, gives me kind of a purpose. As I was telling Joel, it gives me something to look forward to focus on. Because even though I love fishing and I live on a lake, I hardly do it as much as I should. But some things like this, where I actually have to plan and I make a commitment and go, it gets me out there and it gets me where I need to be. So that's one thing I love about that. So,
Man, no, right on. Good. So all right. So you were in the Navy in the 80s, and which is fantastic. And you mentioned when we were on the backstage before we went live that you do some work with a nonprofit. What
Correct.
what do you do?
I work for a nonprofit here in Crystal Lake, Illinois, Northern Illinois area called Veterans Path to Hope. I went there for services a couple of years ago. They started off with like a weekly dinner they do for vets to get people together for camaraderie and stuff like that. Went on an ice fishing trip because they have a small outdoors program also, and started going there and realized how much I missed this camaraderie and being around other veterans and just doing things with veterans. I'd not done it for years. Didn't think I really would miss it. And then once I got back into it, I've been there ever since. I started volunteering there, other things. And then about a year and a half later, I ended up working there. So I'm what they call a peer support specialist. So I'm like the first, one of the first people a veteran will meet when they come in for services. The nonprofit was originally started to help homeless veterans, but we help all veterans now. We have housing services to get people off the street and into housing. We have a food pantry, which I help run, which feeds up to 400 people a month. We have free counseling services for veterans and their family. We have job assistance program with resume writing and helping get jobs, and housing programs to get people in apartments, houses, or whatever VA assistance is available. So we are able to do a lot, and they did a lot for me. So I started using the services. Now I get to be there and give back.
Man, that is so awesome. That truly is, and it sounds like an awesome program. Yeah, it's funny you should say that. You got to take advantage of their services, and now you're giving back by working for them. You know, there's a lot of our captains and a lot of our ambassadors that are the same way.
Yeah.
Look at Alan saying, me. So go ahead, Alan. Share how you came, and this his story, Alan's story about what he's doing now is pretty common within Operation Best Match. But go ahead, Alan.
Yeah, so just like you, Brian, man, like I started catfishing, still not the best at it, but I was like, I need to fish with other people. Like that's what I needed to do, and like I wanted to be with veterans because, like you said, that camaraderie, right? Like it doesn't matter for like a veteran. It doesn't matter like what branch you were in, where you were from, where you grew up. Like if we get together, we're gonna find something in common, and we're gonna have a good time. So that's when I found Vets with Nets on Facebook, reached out, and Walt was my guy. Walt was my first guy, and he was like, "Wait, you got a boat?" I'm like, "Yeah, I got a boat." He was like, "Do you want to do this?" Like, "Nah, man, I'm not good at fishing." He was like, "Let me ask you, would it matter if you came out today and didn't catch anything? Would you still consider it a good day?" I'm like, "Yeah, I see where you're going with this." So it took probably like a year, about a year, but before Walt got me in, and I think that the thing that did it was like Rich just texted me. He was like, "So are you in or what, dude?" And I'm like, "All right, okay, I guess I'm in now. I guess I'm in."
Yeah, man, don't sit on your duff and talk about it. Let's do it.
Yeah.
And you and I have gone out before, Alan, and we've had a good time. So again, we've got captains and ambassadors throughout the organization that just did that. They went out for a trip. Next thing you know, Wesley Grubbs, he's another one. He's our Tennessee state lead. And so that's the blessing too. That is the blessing too. So before we go in, there was a question on Facebook. It says, "Do you have any associates near Santa Cruz or Monterey?" So I'm going to leave that up to my California stuff. Chris, we got anybody that can service that area?
They might have to travel just a little north, but yeah, we have James Powers. He's a saltwater guide in the San Francisco Bay Area.
All right.
He does shark, tuna, halibut, salmon when that's open, but it's California, so good luck with that.
Yeah. All right. Right on. So John, to answer your question on Facebook, yes, we do. We can get somebody, especially if you're willing to travel as well. So if you would reach out to this website right here, hold on a minute. If you go to that website right there, and San Francisco works great. Go to that website right there. You'll see a link on the main page, request a trip. Fill that out, and our folks will get back to you.
If they fill it out, I'll get a hold of them by the end of the day.
So then we'll see you. There you go. I hope that answers your question, John. I hope we can get you out on the water and give you some of that, help you with some of that real therapy. So let's all right. So now, Brian, how did you hear about us?
On Facebook, I believe I was looking through Facebook for something, and I there was another veteran organization that came up for a fishing trip, and I clicked on that, liked it, and then you came up with a suggestion, and I looked at your website, and I clicked on, liked it, and then I went from there and applied, and here I am today. So,
right on. Now, from when you put in for your trip to today, since you went and you got some of that fresh walleye now, how long was that process for you?
well, the initial call was very quick. I think I applied and got the email from you on the I think July 18th, and I had a call from your scheduler on the 22nd. We had availability with Joel. He only had a few days that worked, so we set that up, and then we had to bump it out a few days because we had a little bit of rain up here in the Midwest for the last couple of days. So we bumped it out a few more days. So about a month. So.
All right, but still a fairly short period of time.
Oh yeah, it was very short. It probably would have been shorter if I was able to go like that first weekend that he was available, but I just didn't have time at that point. So.
Yeah.
No, I got you.
Yeah, and then we were supposed to go on Sunday, but we had some really we had bad thunderstorms, and I reached out to Brian on, I think it was Friday, Thursday or Friday, and said that weather wasn't looking all that great, and let's try to reschedule this for a couple days later, and we were able to make it work on today. So yeah, I mean, there's nothing we can do about the thunderstorms and weather, and wind, and yeah. But Rich, I did take him out catfishing, but all we caught were walleye.
Well, not
only walleye. We did catch a sheephead today, or a freshwater drum.
Walleye, the other white meat.
Yeah. I don't know about that whole catfishing thing, but I tend to catch catfish on.
Hey, look.
What's on that
logo? Look at that. What's on that logo?
How far from the Fox River are you?
Not very far.
The
Fox River runs through Lake Winnebago, so I'm not far from the Fox River at all.
Good flathead on the Fox.
We do catch quite a few flatheads out on Winnebago, but it's usually kind of oops that we catch them. Between that and some channel cats, we'll get. The channel cats are pretty small, but we can catch some pretty decent flatheads.
Yeah, we get some decent ones down by us also. The Fox runs right through right by where I live in Crystal Lake. It's not too far away. So even from the Wisconsin border on down, we catch. I know the guide I usually go out with. He caught, I think, a 40-something pounder last week. So it's like they're out
Oh,
there.
there you go.
I'm very familiar with Crystal Lake. I actually grew up in Illinois.
Okay.
I live on the West Coast, but I'm a Midwest boy.
Okay. There's a lot of transplants out there. So
So normally you're supposed to get smarter with age, Chris. Obviously that didn't work for you, did it?
You talking to me?
So
With this,
I don't know,
with
with
this
the-
gray comes wisdom.
with the ranch that Chris runs in California, I think I might move to California with that ranch.
oh yeah, what is it? 2 birds?
Yeah, well, it might be going up for sale, Joel. So maybe
Yeah.
maybe you ought to look into that.
For what, like 3.900 million?
It's in
I'm
California,
sure.
so absolutely.
I'm sure we could figure something out.
I'll gladly play you Tuesday for
Yeah.
with some catfish for a
Yeah.
ranch today.
Yeah.
That's right. So Joel, so walk us through like the beginning of the day.
So we figured out where we were gonna launch from, and Brian met me at the launch, and we took off from there and just started setting up right away for trolling for walleye. And
You said you were trolling for catfish.
well, we were, but the catfish weren't biting, so we decided to troll for walleye instead.
After the first 30 seconds of fishing, we realized that the catfish weren't biting.
Yeah. Oh, my dog's knocking everything over. Come on.
So what lake did you guys fish, Joel?
Lake Winnebago.
Lake Winnebago.
Yep, it's not the largest inland body of water in the U.S., but it's I think the 3rd or 4th largest inland body of water. We are 10. It's about 10.2 miles from east to west shore, and I believe it's 27 or 28 miles long.
Oh, that can't be the 3rd because Carr alone is bigger than that. Gaston alone is bigger than that.
Maybe it's natural.
What's that?
Is it natural? Is it a natural lake?
Yes.
Oh, maybe natural.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Right on.
Yeah. It's and it's not a very deep lake. We're only the deepest part of the lake is 21 feet. It's a big I want to say like a bowl. It just kind of has a very like it takes a while to get out to that 21 feet mark. You're all of 5 miles from shore before you hit that 21 foot mark.
Gotcha.
From the from the west shore. If you come off the east shore, you're probably only about 1.25 miles before you hit that 21 foot mark or so. But our biggest thing is if we get anything over a 10-mile-an-hour wind, you're pushing 4 to 5 foot waves.
Really?
And those waves are, we call them sister waves because they're stacked so close to each other that by the time the bow comes up and drops down, that other wave is usually crashing over the bow of the boat. They're that close. So it can get very, very nasty very fast. And today we had one of the absolute worst winds we can have for this lake, which is the northeast wind. And when it comes out of the northeast, there's no like land structure to help break that wind up coming out of the northeast. So
Okay.
those waves build very quick. When we went out this morning, it wasn't bad. We probably had what do you think, Brian? Maybe 2.5 footers at first.
Yeah. They're a little over 2. So
Yeah, and then all of a sudden, about what, an hour and a half in, it got a little rougher.
they were
That we
definitely
were
over 3.
pushing. Yeah, we were probably pushing that 3 to 3.5, and then all of a sudden, it just the wind kind of died,
Mm-hmm.
and we went from those 3.5 footers to foot,
Yeah.
or
If even
less.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
right
we had a pretty good day. The catching wise could have been better, but I mean, we had some good conversation and talked about a bunch of different things, and
We end up knowing a lot of the same people.
yeah, yep. So yeah, some of the different organizations that I work with besides Operation Vets with Nets, we kind of knew, yeah, like you said, the same people. I mean, which was kind of neat of how we're able to, as Brian put it, the network ability to get vets into different things or different organizations.
Oh, okay. All right. So that's the key thing. I think everyone in our organization will tell you the same thing. Is our main priority, bottom line, is the vets. Everything else is second. It's our vets. But I can't. We've only got a few viewers tonight so far, but we've got some of our. A matter of fact, some of our teammates. But I just want to give a shout out real quick to Chris Ammons. He's fairly new to the organization. We got Tim Hartley. He's down there in Georgia. We got John. John, welcome, and I'm glad. Hopefully, we'll be able to get you out with somebody. We got Donna, and I don't know if Derek's on there too, because you see Donna and Derek. But I don't know if Derek's getting ready for work or he's napping before he go. He works nights now. And then you got Jamie with Carolina Lake Weights. What's up, my brother Jamie? So
What's up, Jamie?
And then you got Joel Pucci.
Yeah, my therapy dog.
Hey, nothing wrong. Hey, nothing wrong with that. Believe me. So all right. So Brian, what did a trip like this, where there is no cost, it's all about providing what we call that real therapy.
Mhm.
What did a trip like this mean to you, and what kind of experience did you have with Operation Vets with Nets?
The trip itself, as I said, I love the outdoors, but I have a hard time just doing it by myself or just getting myself motivated to do it. And an opportunity like this where I can fish a lake that I've always wanted to fish, and even a couple hour drive, I was no problem. I'm on it. I got out there, got in the water with Joel, and I said, even if we didn't catch a fish, I'm sorry, I lost it again. My screen went over. Even if I didn't catch a fish, I was on the water, and it just brings me so much being out there. Just the weather, the waves, just to feel. That's what brings me back and keeps me in touch. And then having Joel, the conversation with him was great, and I said the overall experience. I said yes, fishing could always be better, and catching could always be better, but the experience, I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world. So,
Man, and that's, I hear you. And we hear that a lot. A lot of times, I know me personally, I'll go out and try to, if it's a slow day, and rarely do I get skunked on the vet trips. But you know what? It does happen,
Mhm.
and or you only get one or two fish.
Fishtails.
What's that, Chris?
I said, oh, you and your fishtails.
That's right. Or it might be, or you may get one or two fish, and you're kind of bummed as the captain. But then when you listen and the vet tells you, whoever's with you, dude, you ain't got to worry. He said, he or she, I had the time of my life.
Mhm.
It's, it was a camaraderie, sitting there, BSing, and like Brian said, too many times we hear that story is a lot of times the vets, what they're really missing is that camaraderie, to be able to sit down, talk to a fellow vet. Now, we have folks, we have captains that didn't serve,
Yeah.
but still like Chris, but still they end up building that relationship, out there, and that camaraderie is still happening because they find common ground, and then and you end up building. Sometimes you build friendships for life, man. It
I've
truly
made
is.
some good friends.
Absolutely, and that's. I think that's what I'm proud about as our organization as well. Is you really build friends too.
Yep.
And it doesn't. Your experience with the organization doesn't end when the trip's over with. You can people like Walt, because Walt's on the water 5 days a week. Sometimes more, and people reach out to Walt all the time. I sit there and matter of fact, I was at right local. It's a food place called a grocery store called Kroger's, and they saw my truck, with the big logo. It's all decked out and Operation Investment that stuff. And somebody says, "Do you know this guy? He has a blue truck. His name is Walter." And I said, "Unfortunately, yes, I do." And they'd start laughing and, "Oh, well, he's my neighbor. He lives down the street from me. I noticed your logo, and you must be rich." I'm like, "Oh Lord, yes I am." I'm like, "What line?
No, I'm
What
not.
line is Walter spreading out there now?" But it's so you end up meeting people there. You end up, and a lot of times, again, the vets, our vets, because of their experience, get involved with the organization. And that is a blessing. So you guys got out on the water, it got a little bit rough, then it calmed down. You guys had some great camaraderie and BSing. So how many walleye? I'm curious. How many walleye did you put in the boat?
We put two walleye in the boat and one freshwater drum. That was it for today.
Right on, right on. So did you clean them out there, or did you wait till you get home?
No, we didn't keep the drum, but we kept the two walleye. And after we were done fishing, I cleaned them all up for them and sent them home with a nice fresh bag of two walleyes for dinner tonight.
Man, I'm going to tell you that is great eating. Walleye
You
is
threw away that perfectly good bait, that drum.
Yeah, that drum. Yeah,
It was
that
a pretty
sheep
big
head
drum.
the sheep head
That
that's got
just
rocks in
means
its head that keeps
more
itself.
bait.
Maybe that's why the catfishing isn't so good out there. They're using the wrong bait. Maybe that's what it is. They had
Yeah.
Yeah. So Lake Winnebago, pretty good muskie up there, huh?
There are muskies in there. Not as abundant as you would think there would be.
Because
But
I fished that lake when I was maybe 13 or 14. We went up and did walleye, pike, and muskie. And I remember somebody in our group got a nice one.
they're out there. They're not very abundant, but they're there. That's for sure. The walleye, perch, white bass, and the sheephead are probably the main species. We do get, a good abundance of crappies in the early spring. There are, quite a few other panfish, your bluegills, sunfish.
So you're telling me next to the walleye, which is one of the best freshwater eating fish,
I agree.
the lake is a bait lake.
Well, where you guys are allowed, yes, yeah,
It's a catfish and bait lake.
yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah. We're not allowed to use bluegill or perch for bait.
Not even if it's caught on a pole.
No, well, so there's a gray area there with that.
I love gray areas. I
Yeah,
live for that.
Look, that's where the military thrives.
Yeah.
It's
So
as an enlisted person, the gray areas are where I live.
There's that gray area of if you catch a perch or a bluegill, can you use it for bait or cut bait? And some of the DNR guys will tell you absolutely, but it counts as your daily bag limit.
Mm-hmm.
And then some of them say, no, that's a game fish. You're not supposed to use a game fish for bait.
See, we have that
So-
same issue here. Game wardens don't. It's like they don't exactly know the law. So some say, like we use farm raised salmon. Technically, we're supposed to be able to use any fish that's caught in the ocean, but technically, you're not supposed to use finfish. So it's like this whole roller coaster of
Exactly.
which green jeans is the one that's actually stopping you.
Yeah.
So if you catch one of those and you don't bring him all the way in the boat and you change out the hooks and let him go out, you're still in the process of catching him because you never really landed him, right?
That's one of those gray areas.
That might be a
Correct.
shade black.
Because they consider possession once you take it out of the water, it's considered possession.
Okay.
Right.
That was one of the big things they did with the sturgeon here. We have a lot of big lake sturgeon and shovel nosed sturgeon. And for the longest time, if you knew you hooked into a sturgeon, you were supposed to cut your line and just let it go with the jig or the crankbait attached to it. And they've come to the agreement now of when it's not the hook and line season or actual spearing season, that you are allowed to take that sturgeon out of the water, remove the hook properly or as safely in a manner that you can without harming that fish. Take a picture, do your little, like, as they call it, a hero shot, and release that fish with no regards of you have possession of that fish when it's not in season, which is very nice that they're allowing us to do that now, because we do catch quite a few of them. And most of the time when we catch them, we usually end up like snagging them. So they're foul hooked. And I'd rather not just cut the line and let this thing take off with my crankbait or jig and however many feet of line. to just wander off, and maybe the line gets wrapped around it in a funny way, so they figured that it's better off that we're allowed to bring this fish into the boat, remove the hooks, the jigs, whatever that it's on, and release the fish without having that extra line or crankbait or jig attached to the fish.
All right, on. So now here's a question for you then. So you and Brian are out there fishing. You're fishing for catfish,
Yep.
And it's kind of
Gray
slow,
areas.
and
Gray area.
you catch a bluegill, and you're like, "Whoa, that would be a great catfish bait," but since you can't take it out of water, so you lean over the boat, you pop that sucker off your hook, you put him on your catfish rig, let him go because you're trolling. Is that gray area or what?
I mean, you can bring it in the boat, and I mean, most of the DNR guys that we've talked to around here lately are leaning more on that. It's your daily bag limit that you have to consider, but you can still use it as bait.
Gotcha.
What is your daily bag limit?
How much?
So daily bag limit for panfish on Winnebago is 25. So you could have a mixture of perch, bluegill, crappie, sunfish. It can't be more than 25.
Oh man, that's plenty for one day of fishing.
Yeah.
But then there's a few lakes around us that are down to 15. There are some that are down to 10, and you're only allowed, like 5 bluegill, 5 sunfish, 5 crappie, and so you gotta make sure you know what your bluegill looks like versus your sunfish, and which, I mean, most people know what a bluegill and a crappie look like.
Gotcha.
You just gotta take that into fact that if I'm going to use this for catfishing, I caught 5 bluegill. I can't catch another bluegill to use for bait because I have my 5 and I have one on a catfish pole already.
Gotcha.
Do you have a limit on catfish there?
There's some lakes that do, yeah. I believe we on Winnebago. I believe it's 10 flathead and 5 channel cats.
No size restriction?
Nope, no size restriction at all.
Right on. So Brian, so let me so all right, so tell us more or what benefit per se do you see on an organization such as Operation Vets with Nets and what it does for our vets?
Just giving opportunities. I didn't realize years ago that these opportunities were even out there. I found, I said I'd gone on a trip with my organization that I work for, and then I started looking and finding all these. I go, well, I wonder if there's other stuff to do. And then I started finding some organization. I started looking for more and telling more people, and finding more and telling more people. And and a lot of these vets didn't even know they were out there. So it's just the ability to have this trip where I could take it and being able to find it. So you guys were, once I started looking, you guys were very easy to find. So
Awesome.
What would you say to somebody that was, thinking about, signing up for a trip for Operation Vets with Vets?
Oh, I'd say do it in a heartbeat. I said, even if you have to travel. That was the one thing I got called. They said, well, we don't have anybody close to you in Illinois, but we've got about 2.5 hours away. I'm like, I'm in. I go, I enjoy the opportunity. And I tell people you don't get these opportunities too much. So.
Awesome. Oh, by the way, Chris, John already put in his trip. I already see it popped in through the email.
All right, I'll get a hold of him when we get off the air tonight.
Yep. So
That's,
I wanna give a
that's one
shout
thing.
out. We saw Kurt, our river troll.
Good.
We'll see him probably next weekend sometime. And then Eagle Eyes Tienda, Juan Tienda. He's our Texas state lead. What's going on, brothers?
So one of the things that I think is maybe not everybody knows is the fact that the boat captains will travel as well. Chris travels all over the place. Just to get to the James River from my house, basically where we fish, is a 2-hour tow to get to the James. Gaston's 2 hours. I mean, it's half a dozen. There's 3 lakes, a bunch of rivers. We got salt water too around us, but for us, it's all about trying to make sure we get the vets where they want to go and make it so that you don't have to travel so far if possible. I know that 4 or 5 hours for some folks like Texas is a lot of big space to cover too. So we have boat captains that don't mind doing that kind of trips in order to get folks out. So
That one.
We're 3.5 hours from the lake we fish usually.
Yep.
And that's
feel
one
lucky
way.
now.
That's
out.
one way.
Wow.
Juan Tienda, he's gone from one end of Texas to the other just to get folks on on the boat. And some of our vets who sign up do the same thing. Matter of fact, there's a young lady in Texas down, I think she's near Austin or San Antonio. But and now I'm gonna give a plug in for our event coming up. But this young lady is driving from Texas to Richmond, Virginia, to be in our Hooked on Heroes tournament. And it's really not a tournament. It is it's just an event for our vets. We're all going to get out there. We're going to fish. We're going to take pictures of the fish we catch and what they weigh on a scale. And we have a whole big venue planned and everything. Hey, Rich Satterfield, I appreciate the words. Rich says, y'all are a great idea. Appreciate what you do for us veterans, and thank you so much. Well, we thank you guys for your service, for sure.
Heck yeah.
Hey, what's up, Matt? Matt's one of our newest guys as well. So let's talk real quick. And we need. So if you are a captain, and you may not even be with Operation Vets, and you're here, you're watching this podcast, either on Facebook, YouTube, or you might be looking at it a week from now. We have our Hooked on Heroes event, and November 8th of 2025. We are looking for boat captains, someone who is familiar with catfishing. You may not be familiar with the James, and that's okay. James being one of the best fisheries on the East Coast, but that's okay. If you're familiar with catfishing, hey, great. We only need about another 10 captains. I mean, we can do with what we have now, but we'd rather have another 10 captains. And so that is coming up on November 8th. You can go to operationvetswithnets.org. Go to events, and you'll see Hooked on Heroes. I want to give a shout out, and we've got a bunch. So I'm gonna have to go on to the website just so I make sure I don't forget anybody. Hold on here a minute. But we have our title sponsor. We want to talk about which is Blue Cross Blue Shield. So guys, if you are retired military, you're out due to medical, or you're active duty and your family, guess what? TRICARE doesn't cover everything. Blue Cross Blue Shield is a great program, for both for vision, dental, all that good, because vision and dental is normally not covered after you retire. Like me, I retired and I've always had to get my own vision and dental. And so that's where they focus on. And great organization, great company. They are our title sponsors. And we also, I want to give a shout out to some of our headliner industry sponsors. You got Mad Cats, excellent rod company. Carolina Lake Weights. You got Pale Horse Coffee. You got Redneck Fishing, which is Micah Burkhart. You got Hooked on Heroes, Terminal Tackle. You got Mid-Atlantic Catfish Company. You have Catfish Commando Dave. He's actually one of our captains. And another one of our sponsors, and we'll have a lot of his planer boards. You got Alan Epps. And what's the agency? I'm sorry.
I'm with Virginia Farm Bureau. So as an agent for Virginia Farm Bureau, I donated those boards for that purpose. Yep.
So we're gonna have a lot of planer boards.
They're sitting over here in my office right now. So
yeah, and I on my other wheelchair boat, I pull some of Alan's boards, and they're great boards. So there's going to be a lot. We're having.
What's your board company, Alan?
606 Sportsman Supply. They're on Amazon.
Okay. Sorry, Rich. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No. You're good, brother. You're good, brother. And so it's all being catered, and we're gonna have brisket. We're gonna have barbecue. We're gonna have catfish nuggets. Oh my god! And it's gonna be a great event. So if you know anybody in the Virginia area or somebody who wants to come on by, hey, Alan. All right. So anyway, I'll get here in a minute. But so any captains, man, go to our website, go under the events, and they can sign up as a captain. Donna has a question for you. How many vets can you accommodate on your boat?
Me?
Yep.
I can do 2 pretty easy.
All right, there we go. 2.
Yeah.
All right.
If we needed to do more, I could, but it gets a little bit crowded back there on the back end.
Yep. So we'll try to plan on 2. Donna, so Alan, you got Alan for 2. Chris and Viola, they're coming over from the West Coast. They're gonna drive. Yep. I'm putting them on the spot.
Rich, we wanted to do it. And man, I'm being serious. November would be a tough drive from the West Coast to the East Coast.
It would be
going over the Rockies and stuff. But we actually have a tournament that weekend. We're hosting a tournament, Vi and I, here in California, and that's our championship that weekend. Hopefully, we make it to our own championship, but we definitely have to be there. That is November 3rd, am I correct, or the 6th?
What? Your event? I don't know when your event is.
No, your event.
November 8th.
November 8th, yeah. So that
Veterans Day weekend.
Okay, yeah. So
smack dab in the middle of deer season.
And
yeah,
that's like peak rut time here in Virginia.
Yep.
Look, Rich did not consult Walt on that.
Don't even get me started on that.
Bow season opened here last weekend, and I'm in Washington.
People got to get their priorities in order.
So, Rich, tell me a little about this. I guess you're not calling it a tournament, but how about this this deal you got going on out there, Operation Vetsman, as the boots on the water?
Boots on the water is not us.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say that, and I
That's
don't know
some
why
other
that.
organization.
I know, and I don't know why that was said. So how does this working? I mean, is your giveaways and stuff like that from the sponsors? So are you doing a weight where there's like,
Yeah.
first, second, third?
Yeah. So well, it's gonna be just first place, and what it is it's really a gentleman's thing. You're gonna be out there. Oh, about time, Wesley. Hey, what's up, buddy? Glad you'll be able to make it. So get out there, take a picture of your fish on the scale, hold your scale, and then when we get back, and we'll have a group chat, and we'll have somebody monitoring the chat, keeping track of whoever's got the biggest fish, and then obviously let that fish go, get that picture, because we're all about conservation.
Well, I would like to maybe throw a case of beef to sponsor you guys on that.
Okay, so what?
Of beef.
Oh,
or
wow.
seafood or chicken or something, and whatever. I'll let them choose which one they prefer, and
You're a man
I'll
after
mail it
my
out.
own heart. I'll
mail it out.
Okay. All right. Well, you're going to have to send me your logo so I can put it on the website and put it on our stuff. That's awesome. I definitely appreciate that. So then everything that we're getting from the spot, there's going to be a surprise. One of them's a big surprise, so I'm not going to put that out. But we're going to have giveaways. We're going to have raffles. We're going to have 50-50s. But believe every vet and every captain will walk away with an event jersey. I'm actually working on designing the jerseys now, like a nice jersey, not just some kind of pansy T-shirt.
It's gonna have a big walleye on it, right?
Exactly. Shaped like a catfish.
We're gonna convert Joel, yes, man.
or a bluegill for the bait, right?
That's right. Absolutely. So
we gotta get Joel converted here.
We do. But there's more like him. There's more captains that are suffering from some kind of mental breakdown. I think it is.
Yeah, I'm not. There's a lot of mental.
Hey, you know what? All kidding aside, because I don't want any captain any prospective captain watching this and thinking, "Oh man, it's just catfish. That ain't for me to volunteer." You know what? We our roots are founded in catfishing. There's no denying that. But you know what? If you fish for another species, you know what? Whatever it takes to get our vets on the water, man, that's all that matters. That truly.
California is tough because honestly, I mean, traditionally we're not known for catfishing here in California. We do have one of the best channel cat fisheries in the country, but a lot of people it's unknown because it's not a target species. I mean, salmon, halibut, tuna. So, bringing on like James Powers, a guy that fishes for shark and halibut, that was kind of key out here, and I mean, we got a guy tonight, hopefully that I'm going to connect with James down that way. So they're needed just the same. We just need to get veterans out there, no matter, not every veteran's a cat fisherman either. So
that's right. You're exactly right. You're exactly right. It's all about, bottom line, it's all about that real therapy. So, well, listen, guys, it is that time. Brian, I'm going to let you close this out, man. What lasting words, as the vet who started out to go catfishing and unfortunately caught some great tasting walleye? I guarantee it's great. What last minute words would you say to anybody watching, this podcast? Any vets out there?
Basically, if you can do something or have an opportunity to do something, especially in the outdoors, take it. Even if it's something you may not be interested in, just getting out there and doing something sometimes it's all you need. So
Amen.
Preaching.
Man, awesome. Well, guys, I appreciate your time. I've got to go and cream up my scar and get things ready for my trip in the morning. Like I said, heading up to the lake. But I appreciate everybody that has come on. We'll give one last shout out for the guys that did. So let me see. All right, we got Jamie. All right, Richard Satterfield, Tim. We talk about Tim. Who else we got on here? And what's awesome is Viola showed up. That Viola is truly, she's the boss. Chris is just.
She's my boss.
That's right. She's just the first mate, or rather, Chris is just the first mate. Viola, I've seen what she's caught, so I know that Chris is he's just the first. He's the bait boy. We got Wesley out there. Wesley's our Tennessee State lead. We got Jeff. Jeff is with the organization as well, which is awesome. He is the net man. That's right. He is the net and bait boy. So that's what we're going to get on your next T-shirt. Bait boy. Oh, and by the way, Chris, did your jerseys come in? Did you make them?
They did. I haven't got to see them there. I had them mailed to my mom, so I've been in Washington. I won't be back for about probably 2 more weeks, so I'll be grabbing those on my way home.
Hey, we got to keep this PG, Wes. But yeah, I'm in agreement with you. You see what Chris? Yep. So, all right, guys. Well, listen. I appreciate you coming out. Get on there. We already got a trip today. John, I'm going to try to say your name because my motor skills on my mouth are still jacked up. Valerio put in for a trip. Chris, I'll leave that to you to handle.
I'll get a hold of him as soon as we're off the air.
Awesome. And until the next time, you guys be blessed.
Same.